Hey, and welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know, my name is britanyaalexis, but for those who are returning, what's good? You already know the vibes. So as you can see by today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I feel we all can relate to in our 20s, and that is friendships. Let's be honest, friendships can sometimes feel like a roller coaster. You're growing, they're growing, and sometimes that growth continue in two different directions. So go ahead and grab you a snack, go ahead and grab you a drink, and let's talk about it. First, let's acknowledge that your friendships in your 20s don't even look the same as they were in high school or even college. Life is lifing for a lot of people. People are starting families, they're starting careers, and let's be honest, sometimes you realize that the only thing you had in common with some people was that you were in the same, school or in the same classroom. And that's okay. One of the hardest things I think I've had to learn with dealing with friendships in my 20s is just because we are no longer talking, that does not mean that there's a problem. Like, that doesn't mean I no longer like you, or some people come up with their own narrative, and that narrative can be negative, but in my case it was never that. It was just simple, we were talking one day, maybe I was on a different path that you were, and we just never saw each other again. Something very simple as that. But you have to remind yourself that that doesn't make you or that other person a bad person. Like, you should always put yourself first. And if putting yourself first causes you to be more busy with yourself and within your life, then that's just how it is. And all that means is that you both are growing, but just growing in different directions. Now, something that I have been working on is seeking genuine friendships. I don't want any more surface level friendships, if that makes sense. I really want something genuine, something mutual, something just, that can grow together at this point in my life. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm being intentional, because I don't need nothing throwing off my peace right now. Okay, I have worked hard to get here, and I be damned if somebody come and try to fuck that up. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no, sir. But here's the thing. Intentional friendships don't always come to you. So if you're waiting for someone to reach out and it just hasn't happened yet, maybe you need to take the initiative and put yourself in like-minded places, or shoot your friend shot on social media. If you see someone that's in your area and you think that, y'all would be cool, it's cool to, text for a few days, and then if you hit it off, go to brunch, go to dinner. Then that way you can kind of get the real feel of this new friend that you have. So you have to be willing to show up too. So go ahead and text that person, plan that date, and just see where it leads. And let's not forget that it is still quality over quantity. I would rather have 2 to 3 loyal friends than 10 people that barely give a fuck about me. So keep that in mind, okay? You don't have to go out and just recruit a whole new group of people. Just see if you can connect with 1 or 2 girls or 1 or 2 guys, and let's see where it goes. Okay, so now let's talk about how to make friends as an adult. Because making friends as an adult, when you think about it, it can be awkward. Here are some ways that you can approach or look for new friends in your 20s. So the first thing I would say is be open to opportunities. It can be something subtle, as far as you reaching out to people that's in your area. Like, if you're at work and you normally stay to yourself, try having those open conversations with your coworkers, because you may find, that you have a lot of things in common. When you go to the gym, if you see someone working out or, doing an exercise that you want to do, ask them, hey, how do you do that form? Or, hey, do you train? Try to get to know a little bit about the person within the first interaction that you have. I'm not saying you see someone pretty or you see someone dressed nice and you're like, oh, we can be friends. Let's be friends. Here's my number. I'm going to call you later. Like, no, at least try to have a little bit of a conversation about where you are. So if you're at the gym, have a conversation about exercise. If you're at the store, ask about what type of wine that person likes. Whatever can get the conversation started, I think that will help it not be so awkward. The second thing I feel like you can do to make friends without it being awkward is shooting your friend shots. I recently just gained a friend from the friend shot method. She posted a meme on her story and was like, hey, I'm looking for friends. And me and her went to school together, but we were just always around each other. And so when she said she wanted, new friends, I was like, I can recall her being, cool and sweet. So let's just see if, the vibe is there. And it most definitely is. So if you're watching this, hey, Kia. Something simple like that, just saying, oh, you looking for friends? Me too. Let's see, we connect. So me being open to opportunities and just, not being a bitch to everything, I was able to gain a new friend. So that's another way I feel like you can make friends not in your 20s without it being just so awkward. And then the last thing, I know it sounds cliche, but just be yourself. Like, that's the simple thing. Like, be yourself. Because when you're trying to hold on to too many different vibes, meaning like when you're trying to put on this face in front of this person, that person, it can get draining for yourself. And so when is there a time for you to be yourself? Like, there is no time for you to kind of, just relax and just be yourself, because you always have to perform and be this person that you're not. That is the main thing. Make sure you are being your authentic self, okay? You won't have to pretend to be someone else around a genuine friendship or a friendship that is meant to grow with you, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind, girl, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, now let's talk about something a little heavier, and that is letting go of friendships. If a friendship starts to drain you, make you question your own worth, or it's starting to feel one-sided, then it's time to reevaluate that friendship and see if you need to let it go or if it can be fixed. I used to be so guilty on like cutting people off, but I had to realize that protecting my peace was 100% my number one priority. I cannot let other people drain me just for the sake of having friends. So once I realized that protecting my peace was not me being selfish, but it was necessary, I was okay with like cutting people off. Like, it was, I'm not saying that it brings me joy to cut people off, but if you have to go, then you have to go. Like, you just have to. It's no way to put it, but I'm not saying that I'm okay with just losing everybody, but I am okay when it comes to protecting me. If someone crosses boundaries repeatedly, it's okay to let it go. There is no way you should be drained or be judged by someone that claims to love you. And honestly, not every friendship has to have this dramatic breakup or this dramatic fallout. Like, sometimes friendships naturally fade, and that's okay. You don't have to make up this big dramatic just fallout. If nothing happened, you could just simply say, she's going her way, I'm going my way, and now we're here. Very simple. And then always trust your gut. Always trust your gut. Your intuition is going to be your best friend. If you feel like this is draining, if you feel like after like the first one or two conversations, you see that this person is all for self, they just call you to vent and put their problems on you, then you can kind of tell like, okay, this is not nothing that I want to continue to, be in. Because we could all dress up, go brunching, go to the club, go do whatever, but where is the friend that when things get hard, when you have, when you need a shoulder to cry on, or you just having a rough day, is that person that you club with the same person that you can call on the regular? So that's why I touched on earlier in this video, be intentional about the friends that you choose now, because life is life and we're getting older, things are happening. So you need a good support system. While you're on this search and figuring out how to navigate friendships, make sure that you cherish the ones that do pour into you, the ones that do check on you daily, the ones that call you to get you out the house. If you have those group of friends, don't lose sight of them either. All friendships are a two-way street, and sometimes our friends need that little reminder from us that, hey girl, I love you. Friendships in your 20s are definitely complicated, but if done the right way, it can be so fun. This gives you a time to kind of learn yourself. It gives you time to learn about others, and it gives you time to learn about what type of friendships that you even want to nurture. You definitely deserve a friendship that feels like home. That's all I have for you today. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments what you're doing to, navigate these friendships, and, how are you letting go of these people that serve you no purpose anymore. Let me know in the comments and I will definitely be there to engage. And like I always say, have a good day, good night, good life, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.